Buried beneath the sands of Sindh, Pakistan, rests the skeleton of a forgotten city, Mohenjo-Daro. This city is so ancient, it stood tall when the pyramids of Egypt were still under construction. Yet, it was so advanced that its design can even rival that of modern cities today. But here's the twist. This brilliant civilization rose to glory and then disappeared. No great war, no known invaders, no clear warning. Simply gone. What made this city so advanced? And why did it vanish, leaving behind only scattered bones, collapsed bricks, and the faint whispers of a once mighty people? Let's go back to approximately 2500 BCE, during the peak of the Indus Valley Civilization. At its center was Mohenjo-Daro, a bustling urban hub believed to have housed over 40,000 inhabitants. Yet, when archaeologists uncovered it in 1922, they were amazed not by its primitiveness, but by its futuristic qualities. Unlike most ancient cities, Mohenjo-Daro was laid out on a grid, with streets arranged at precise right angles. The entire city was divided into zones, much like modern zoning, with designated areas for residences, public baths, industries, and trade. Homes were not just huts. They had multiple rooms, internal staircases, even indoor toilets connected to one of the world's earliest known sanitation systems. Let that sink in. Indoor toilets and proper drainage, over 4,000 years ago. The city was supplied by hundreds of wells, over 700, many located within private courtyards, delivering clean water directly to homes. Public structures like the Great Bath were waterproofed using fine brickwork and bitumen, an early type of asphalt. And waste? It wasn't simply thrown into the streets. Like in many medieval European cities, it was flushed out through covered drains, leading to a city-wide sewer system. This was sophisticated urban planning, far beyond its time. While Europe was still in tribal stages, Mohenjo-Daro had already achieved municipal engineering, civic sanitation, and possibly even democratic organization, given the lack of palaces or grand temples. But Mohenjo-Daro wasn't just about technology. It was a hub of culture and trade. Archaeologists uncovered beautifully crafted pottery, toys, jewelry, and beads made from carnelian, agate, and lapis lazuli, some of which were traded as far as Mesopotamia, over 2,000 kilometers away. Standardized weights and measures found at the site point to a centralized economic system, possibly one of the earliest regulated trade networks in human history. And yet, despite all this brilliance, the city died. Sometime between 1900 and 1700 BCE, Mohenjo-Daro was abandoned, slowly, silently, without a single written record explaining why. So what happened? The truth is, we still don't know, but the theories are chilling. One major possibility is climate collapse. Around that period, the monsoon rains weakened significantly across the region. The rivers that sustained the city, especially the now extinct Sarasvati, dried up or shifted course. Without irrigation, without rain, agriculture would have failed. And with agriculture, trade and life itself would begin to crumble. Another theory? Massive floods. Ironically, Mohenjo-Daro may have been both blessed and cursed by water. Archaeologists discovered layers of silt and flood debris in multiple levels of the city, suggesting it was hit by recurring, devastating floods. Some areas show signs of rebuilding after floods, possibly 3 or 4 times, but eventually, it seems the people gave up. They couldn't fight nature anymore. Some believe earthquakes might have played a role. The region sits near active tectonic zones, and a quake could have shifted the riverbed of the Indus, turning fertile land into a barren wasteland almost overnight. There's also the slow death of ecological exhaustion. The city used an immense amount of wood for brick kilns, leading to widespread deforestation. With no trees, the topsoil washed away, reducing crop yield. Combined with overpopulation and resource strain, it's possible the civilization simply collapsed under its own weight. And then there's the social theory. There's no evidence of kings, armies, or temples in Mohenjo-Daro. No obvious seat of government. Some scholars argue this was a decentralized, egalitarian society, and when hit by environmental collapse, it lacked the structure to respond quickly. Without a central authority to organize rescue or migration, the people may have fled in fragmented waves, leaving their once great city to rot. But the mystery deepens. Among the ruins, archaeologists found skeletons lying flat, arms outstretched, as if death came suddenly. Some were found hand in hand, or clutching belongings. No signs of attack, no wounds. Just bodies, abandoned, never buried. Nearby, pottery was discovered vitrified, melted by heat so intense it fused the clay into glass. That kind of heat, it doesn't come from a cooking fire. It would require temperatures exceeding 1,500 degrees C, almost impossible without modern technology. Some even claim traces of radiation have been found in the region, though this remains disputed. These findings have fueled wild theories of ancient nuclear warfare, secret technology, or celestial weapons described in ancient texts like the Mahabharata. But even without invoking lost technologies or extraterrestrials, the facts remain staggering. Mohenjo-Daro was centuries ahead of its time, and it was erased. No fanfare, no war, no heroes or final battles, just abandonment, dust, silence. So what does this teach us? Maybe that civilizations don't always fall to enemies. Sometimes they fall to climate, to complacency, to chaos within. Sometimes even the most advanced cities collapse not with a bang, but with a whisper. And maybe, just maybe, Mohenjo-Daro isn't just a mystery of the past. It's a warning from the future.